Hi, welcome to the Soul Sister channel. My name is Kat, and please join me today for our weekly spiritual weather forecast. Give us an idea of what's ahead of us for this week and how we can best navigate that. We're going to start with my favorite part, our 3 deep cleansing breaths, so we can release all kinds of nasty stuff from the week before and probably even before that, right? And then we'll look at what's ahead for us astrologically, and we'll end with some advice from our spirit guides. So let's get started. We're going to start with 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first breath. And on this first breath, we are going to release all of our unworthiness. Okay, now it's time for our second breath. And on this breath, we are going to release all negativity. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's not take that forward with us, right? And now for the third and final breath, let's release our fear and our lack. It's always good to start the day, the week, or whenever you just need to reset with deep cleansing breaths. It kind of balances your whole system out and gets you ready for what's coming next. So speaking about what's coming next, let's talk about what is going on astrologically. So this week, as we've been talking about, we do have planets in retrograde, but this week I want to get a little bit more detailed in how we can work with that energy and bring balance and harmony into our lives. So we're going to talk today about Uranus retrograde and Neptune retrograde. These 2 planets are about ourself, and we have the Sun in Libra to work with. So we have all these energies around and how to navigate them. What do you do? So let's make it simple. So these energies are all about getting back to self. It's all about, especially with relationship, it's having a relationship with yourself. If you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you cannot, there is no way for you to have a relationship with anyone else. So you have to be healthy and whole within so you can share that healthy and wholeness and love without. How do you do that? It is difficult work, but this week you'll have the opportunity to look within yourself and see what parts of myself. You can even do a little list, a side-by-side list of pluses and minuses that you see about yourself, So on the plus side, you can say, hey, I like to help out. I like to call my friends and make sure I'm in contact with them, things like that. On the negative side, you could put down maybe that you're manipulative, or you have to be honest with this. The first step is to make that list, take a look at yourself, be objective, so you have a place to start. And of course, the next step is you need to look at that negative side of your list and work with how you're going to make that negative side, those parts of yourselves you really are not comfortable with, how you are going to move that to the other side of the list. Okay? So that is so important. It is so important that you work on this to help you out, to help us out, to do this every day. I want you every day this week to take 5 minutes. When you get up in the morning, before you go to bed, take 5 minutes and take a look at that list and what you need to work on, and don't forget the good side of the list, because you have all kinds of good characteristics and qualities. We're trying to get that to be more balanced and harmonized and working well together. So take a look at those parts of yourself this week and how you can okay, so if you're manipulative and controlling, you know what you're going to do? You're going to step back. You're not going to give advice unless you are asked, okay? So that is one way you can take those negative energies and move them from the negative side to the positive side. So work on that this week. And the challenge is for you this week to take one one negative thought, feeling of unworthiness, one thing in your life that you can transform into a positive. All right. So now that we've looked at the oh, I almost forgot. Almost forgot the most important thing. October 15th, Mercury goes retrograde. So while we're working on self, remember that negative side? Well, Mercury's going retrograde in Scorpio. So if you have any secrets that you've been like keeping in the closet and not telling anyone, you better think real clear about what you're going to do with those secrets, because chances are when Mercury goes retrograde on the 15th of October, those may come out. And you may not, want them to come out, but they may come out without your permission. So something you need to think about, if you're keeping anything hidden, be very careful. It may be exposed. All right, now we're going to move to see what our spirit guides have to say to us this week. I am using this beautiful deck called the Wisdom of the Oracle. And beautiful artwork. I always like to say that. I like to pick my tarot cards because of the artwork. And there are so many beautiful cards out there. So many. But let's shuffle it up. Let's ask our spirit guides what they have in store for us this week. What can we do to help navigate our way through this? It's so hard, this self-analysis. When are we going to party again, right? All right, let's see what the guides have to say. Oh, well, what a great card. The guides are saying, you are blessed. So, what I would like you to think about as you are working on your project this weekend and this week and beyond, I would like you to think about, remember, taking one of those negatives, turning them into the positives. The blessed card is telling us that you have everything you need to make that change over. You might want to ask for some help from your spirit guides. You might want to ask for some help from your physical support system, but you are blessed. You have everything you need to move forward. So with that, I want to thank you so much for joining us today on the Soul Sister channel. I would love for you to come visit my Facebook page, Soul Sister Cat. If you like what you see today, please press like. Select like. That would really help me a lot, and what would even help me more is if you'd subscribe to the channel so that you never miss your spiritual forecast. Thank you again. Remember, life is lived from the inside out. Namaste.